This is Florida Natural Farming at Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm. I'm just looking at how beautiful those anthuriums look inside my Florida room. Is that a woodpecker? Certainly is. I was over here looking at the plumerias that one of my subscribers who has become my friend that moved here from California, and they collect plumerias. There's leaves on this. This is some seedling that he grew. It's got like, I don't know, 75 or 95 philodendron, or not, plumerias. Too many freaking plants. He gave me this one too. This one has a name. It's got like purple. I can smell it. So I want tree plumerias here. We've got rain finally. Everything is so happy. So we've got mangoes. I like bought a bunch of the black sapote fruit and gifted it to a lot of people. So thousands of dollars worth of fruit, and I picked it all too early. Oops. I had a blonde moment, I guess. So I'm gonna make those people right that I did that to with our mangoes. So it's like, I don't have to, but I just feel like I do. It's like giving people coal for Christmas, in the form of fruit that never ripened. So probably if you got mangoes from me and you happen to be watching this, and maybe there's a couple of you, or if I gave you black sapote, not mangoes, black sapote, I'm gonna like give you some mango fruit, because we have fruit. I'm able to make myself gorged out on mangoes every day. We do have 300 plus trees, I'm sure still, even after the freeze we had this year. They're mostly young trees. A lot of them are seedling trees. So this is a fruit punch, fruit punch that I had to pick early. These are all dry farmed mangoes. Fruit is so freaking good. It was picked a little bit early, but it's got a perfect amount of tart and sweet taste to it. This other one is Florigon. So where's my Florigon? I guess I cut both sides of it right here. Florigon's consistently good. Look at all those fruit flies on the outside of these anthurium pots, and none of them are interested in this fruit. That's what happens when you like grow food as medicine. Nature like knows to keep the pests away, like that. The insects, the fungi. So I'm gonna take a walk outside and look at Tamarillo and Imbe and Cashew and Kwai Muk. The Kwai Muk fruit. Look at these freaking Anthurium Regale. What a gorgeous plant. Florigon, Regale. Stunning. I love them. I'm obsessed, but I'm gonna go look at some fruit trees today. Shelly, eat your cat food, not the rabbits. I was getting a little worried about the lack of rain. Some of the trees were looking a little stressed. I think I saw one lychee tree that started drying up. It's a lychee tree that is in a compacted area where mangoes have frozen in the past consistently. So it's in a problem area. So one out of 34 or something like that. But it doesn't look like it's dead, but only one looked like it was dying, which kind of surprised me. This is a honey-kissed mango. It's been good. They've all been good. I'm gonna take care of those people first, and then I'm going to start down my list of people that have contacted me for mango fruit. So most of you will not get fruit. I just hate to tell you that, unfortunately. That's part of the problem of the fruit, I think. So look at all the... So this is a grafted Kwai Muk tree that I bought at Excalibur more than 6 years ago. And it started producing fruit for the first time last year. And it produced four or five little fruit. I did a video of it. It's my favorite fruit. Just thinking about it is making my mouth water after eating those mangoes. So that everywhere that there's like green fruit, that's fruit that's gonna set. That's already set fruit. Where it's yellow, those all fall off. And the little tiny ones are fruit that have the potential to set. But see the leaves that it was shedding from the drought? These yellow leaves? Very interesting. Some of the fruit's gotten kind of big already, so it takes a while before they're ripe. Stepping in fire ants. None of these mangoes have any fruit on them. First time ever. This is a Sugarloaf Mango. Oh, this has fruit on it. This one did have fruit on it. This one has little pea-sized fruit. Tiny little bit. Right there, right there. It's a coconut cream. We have mangoes that have fruit on them, but it's nothing like, I mean, this tree should be covered with fruit. It's always given us tons of fruit. It's a pretty big tree. It has some little fruit on it right now. I picked some fruit off of it yesterday, not very much, but it's a sweet tart tree. And this sapodilla was starting to die from the drought. They start dropping leaves. But it hung on to its fruit. It'll snap out of it. It needs to snap out of it. These sapotes that produce fruit here, this little grafted tree produces fruit every year. It was a nursery grown tree. It's very slow. I moved it once. And it's dry farmed, and it's got hit by the freeze this year. It was a little taller than that on that branch there. And this was a tinier grafted tree that's finally looking good. Never got bothered by the freeze at all. But I would expect this to start blooming now that it's raining. And this is a grafted sapote that's looking like it wants to do its thing. This is a fruiting jackfruit tree, grafted jackfruit. It doesn't have any flowers on it, but looks really good considering it's been so dry here. Here's some little seedling sugar apples that I grew from our fruit here, and they have flowers all over them. This one produced a couple fruit last year when it was, I think, 2 years old, and I think it's 3 years old now this year. Here's the ice cream bean, the Imbe, and this one's just been waiting for it to rain and have the flowers open. And this tree is definitely big enough to produce fruit, so I think maybe this year might be the year that we get fruit off of it. I don't even know what type it is. It's a different type, and we have 4 different types of Imbe trees. Smells good. This is a little Ras Sapote that's been trying to put out fruit for like a year. It had a fruit on it in December, and it didn't drop off from the freeze. It's a Sapodia tree. Ugh, too many freaking plants in my head. Katook in full sun without being watered. No problem. Oh, I see ripe Imbe fruit. This stuff ripe starts up. She starts up quick. I don't think it's totally ripe, but I see little orange berries over there. Look at all that fruit hanging on that tree. This is like a super producing Imbe tree. Kwai Muk, Imbe, mangoes, you know what they are. I know what it is, but I see it's got some fruit. This is like not gonna develop. Probably from the drought would be my guess, but probably not. Who knows? Doesn't seem to affect any of this other fruit. It just naturally thins itself because there's just so much fruit on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick this. Looks like it's a little early, but it's okay. Yep, it's a little tart. I've just been craving this fruit for a long time. Should have waited a day. Should have been more bright orange. Oh well, we're getting close to Imbe season. That's exciting. Big ass seed in there. It's nice that you can eat the skin on those. Tasted like a green mango. Needed another day. It's another little sugar apple. Here's a male tree that actually produced one fruit that looked like it rotted this year. Didn't develop completely. Is this like lychee trying to flower? Who knows? So this jackfruit tree, see all the leaves that dropped? That was from the drought. Well, that's weird. Some of them don't even mind the drought. I think I'll plant this little Imbe seed here at the base of it. Help it along. All the new leaves look good. That's how it deals with stress. The more shade, built-in shade we get around these trees, the better they can deal with the drought. This was all lawn for 55 years, 57 years. And it was compacted, and that's a lot of the problem. Boy, look at all the fruit on our cashews. This tree is loaded with fruit. It's never smells so good. It's never really done this before. A super crop, but it's never been this big. It got froze on a random tip here and there. Like this was from the freeze, this one little branch, but it didn't affect any of the rest of the tree. Well, the drought doesn't seem to bother it, but it's right next to these, what people consider nasty pepper trees. Seems to be able to compete with them. That's what I mean, a lot of these tropical fruit trees, they're gonna be like invasive species, I'm sure. Especially since, you don't have to water them. This one has never really been given any inputs because it's kind of in a random out of the way place. So I've never put any manure around it. I've, done the biodynamic preps and stuff like that. It's never given me multiple drupes of fruit like that. It's always been a single fruit. But it's a pretty big tree, and they continuously bloom and fruit for several months. And I really love the juice from the fruit of the cashew. It's like one of my favorite, if not my favorite, fruit juice. Sure looks like lychee flowers forming. It must be, because there's a bee on there trying to get the pollen. They just never have done really good dry farm these nursery grown trees, but every year they seem to get better and better, and it looks like somebody got all the fruit before it was ripe. Every last bit of it. Oh well, I hope they enjoyed it. I'm sure that was the birds don't see any on the ground. I know that the crows really like the lychee fruit. Oh well. There's always next year. So that's how it goes. This is a sweet tart mango. It has some fruit on it. Not a lot, but there's some fruit on here. It's a J31 jackfruit. That started flowering last year. It's a grafted tree, so hopefully this year it will produce fruit now that it's rained. Doesn't look like it's got any drought stress. I did put manure around this tree though. That's a different, what I did differently. It's amazing how green everything gets instantly. Littler trees, lychees, seedling trees. These are little mango seedlings have been coming up. They got a little freeze, but they are popping back up. Same with the cashews. This lychee tree just never did anything. But I mean, look at, after 3 years of not mowing, that's all you get. I've been working on this continuously. It's a compaction. It's a compaction issue, guaranteed. Okay, this birds did not see this tree over here yet, but they will. Oh, deer fly. Go look at that other Kwai Muk fruit. And look at I saw some Monstera Deliciosa fruit ripening. So I should check that because I haven't looked at it in 6 days, 5 days. Everything seemed to make it from the drought, through the drought, so that's always provides a little bit of anxiety because I do have sprinklers that I could turn water on and get into the system, but I don't want to do that, so, and I didn't have to, so. That's fruit. This one had ripe fruit on it, but what happened? Or it's ripening right there. Looking forward to trying this fruit. I have not ever tried it. It's got a lot of fruit on it. These are cha-cha trees. They're kind of getting big in here. There's one there and there's one there. There's a bunch of Luke's Garcinias through there and cacao. Some other Garcinias. Garcinias, I haven't really seen them show too much drought stress in general, any of them. This starfruit tree, though, defoliated quite a bit, and same with that one, but it has flowers on it, so that's a good thing. But these ice cream beans, this is Inga spectabilis that this one for 2 years from seed flowered, but it's not doing it now. But it sure looks a lot better after we got some rain. This is a pomelo citrus. There's a little citrus here I see. Is that it? Yeah, right there. Right in the center. And then this is a little citrus, and I see another one back here. One good thing about the drought and then a rain is you can start to see the little trees that have been planted through here popping up. You have to look pretty hard, but they're here. A cha-cha, there's another cha-cha right there. I know there's another one around there somewhere, I've seen it. Different gingers. It's a little Kwai Muk seedling that survived the drought just fine. Kwai Muk seems able to withstand it. This is a tree, a seed-grown tree, Kwai Muk tree that fruited for the first time last year. A tree that I had for 10 years. I moved over here, obviously. This one only gave us one fruit. The fruit's a little different than the other fruit, Kwai Muk tree. And I don't see any, there's a remnant of a flower right there. Where is it? Right there? Yeah. It's brown. It's gonna drop off. These are brown. They're gonna drop off. This tree will keep flowering until it produces more fruit. So now that it's watering, or raining, watering, same difference, I guess. It's gonna give us fruit. These star apples look great. They weren't looking so great before the rain. That's Jocko Beach. And that's Oscar's Giant Purple. And I wanted to see if my DPI Gold was still alive. Because, you know, I'm experimenting to just see how far these trees can do it. It's kind of what I'm into. But I came by here yesterday and I found it and it looked fine. And there it is right there. DPI Gold. Star apple. Probably one of the most sought after star apples there are. Dry farmed, no problem. This is right in front of the house, so this is like a super compaction zone. It's like the worst. And I had another star apple over here, but I can't really see it. This is the Oscar's Giant Purple. I wish these things would start flowering. They seem like they're getting big enough to be able to start doing that. These weeds are hopefully breaking up the compaction that was in this lawn, and that'll be the end of it. There's a really good sapodilla that I'm glad is producing fruit. or flowering. So this is the Juicy Pearl Star Apples grown from seed. Probably another just as rare star apple, most sought after. 2 years in the ground from seed. This is another Inga that flowers. Inga. This is the one most people have. That I've seen. It's a Inga spectabilis. 2 years. It's huge. But you see all the leaves it lost? I mean, it should have lots of leaves on it, but that was from the drought. But I'm pretty certain that that tree is gonna produce fruit. I was looking at this big achacha tree here that has fruit all over it and could really, like, the fruit's getting huge. I mean, that fruit is like really big in there. Can you see it? Can I see it? No. There it is. It's hard to spot when you want to look for it or when you want to see it, but there's some. There's a bunch in there. I see them. It's the second year it's fruited, so last year we got 2 fruit off of it that were delicious, and this year it looks, I don't know, looks like 50 to 80, something like that. They're not really enough to sell to people, but maybe some seeds. If you are near here and you've been by here before, probably you could taste it. This is a ginger, like the awapui ginger, but so it has that, you know, scented, good smelling stuff, but it's evergreen, which the awapui is not around here. So it's like, this one stays green all the time. I have another one over here. I believe it's a different type because I didn't buy 2 of the same type. I think one's copper and one's yellow or something like that, maybe. But this one's evergreen also. There's that big kalanchoe, whatever, that I've had for 20 years. It's pretty massive. I had 2 of them. I split it and I left one at my place in Grant, but I don't think it's there anymore, but it could be. But it's a cool plant. I love it. Anyway, this is Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm and Florida Natural Farming. I hope you have a good day.